In the early morning light, Jesus made his way to the temple in Jerusalem. Crowds gathered around, eager to hear him teach. They sensed something extraordinary in his presence, a wisdom and kindness that touched them deeply. As he taught, a sudden commotion broke out. The scribes and Pharisees, the religious leaders of the time, approached, pushing forward a frightened woman. Her hair was tangled, her clothes disheveled, and her eyes filled with shame and terror. They had caught her in the act of adultery, an offense punishable by death according to their law. She stood before Jesus, trembling under the weight of their condemning stares. The leaders threw her into the middle of the crowds and said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the very act of adultery. Now Moses, in the law, commanded us that such should be stoned. But what do you say?" They knew this was a trap. If Jesus said to stone her, he would appear harsh and unmerciful, violating his teachings of compassion. If he refused, he could be accused of disregarding the sacred law of Moses. Either way, they thought they had him. The crowd hushed, waiting for Jesus to speak. But instead of answering, Jesus knelt down and began writing in the dust with his finger. Some people strained to see, but the words were mysterious, their meaning hidden. The scribes and Pharisees grew impatient, pressing him for an answer, eager to see him falter. The words hung in the air, heavy and electrifying. The leaders looked at each other, searching for someone bold enough to act. But as they held their stones, their grip slackened. One by one, they dropped their stones, turned, and walked away, starting with the oldest among them. Each step felt like an admission, a surrender, until none remained. Jesus rose to his feet and looked at the woman. Gently, he asked her, "Woman, where are those who accuse you? Has no one condemned you?" The woman looked around, bewildered. "No one, Lord," she whispered, scarcely believing her escape from death. With compassion, Jesus replied, "Neither do I condemn you. Go, and sin no more." The words freed her, lifting the weight of guilt from her shoulders. She left, changed forever, her heart filled with gratitude and awe. In that single moment, Jesus had defied the strict letter of the law with the spirit of mercy. He showed a path of forgiveness and transformation, where love would always be greater than judgment.